come along while I spit Patron on this microphone. Watch out, I'm in the zone, worth for everything I own. Life is March Madness, one mistake, then you go. Yeah, I had a stroke, but your boy still rhyming. And fresh got locked, but the squad still wildin'. Catch me in any city in the hood, we grindin'.
Next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Crazy Angel Garcia. He snapped at a press conference. Take a look.
Hey guys, thanks for making time. I look forward to this fight. Coach James, my question for you is, when Earl became healthy again after the accident, what was that process that you took him through to kind of get him ready for physical training or training for a fight, not this fight in particular, just a fight period? Did you take it easy on him, and just talk to us about that process, please?
Even though you have the idea of his mind in your mind, the last time for training, you're on a high level, you have to come in and kind of like put the training wheels on. It's a gradual process.
Hold on, man. I thought I had it set up already, but here we go.
2 more weeks to get better. To just be great.
Thank you. And Earl, when they look at this fight with Mikey, they touched on the fight and said he found some opportunities in that fight. What are they missing from that fight about your fight game that if they just focus on that one fight, they'll be overlooking?
I don't know. I made that fight look easy. Well, it was easy. I had sparring harder than that, so I mean, I don't know. I don't think you can learn anything from that fight, really. There's always something to learn, but I mean, that fight was so easy that, sometimes I got no focus.
No, well, I wasn't saying what did you learn. I was saying if the Garcias focus on that fight, what would they be missing if they just focus on that?
Real question. Fucking idiot. You might focus on that fight.
Okay. Well,
just said we ain't learned nothing from that. It was you here or not. You're an idiot.
What?
He didn't watch the fight. He don't watch it again. He said he perfects Danny.
Real question, moron.
Not,
Fucking moron.
Danny, you going into this fight and your pops is over there fired up, saying you can bring anything to the table.
Listen, man. What even that second? Get this idiot out of there, man. Bang him, man. Hang up.
All right, that'll be it for the media questions today. Ray, we'll turn it back over to you to wrap up. Thank you very much, Andrew. Greatly appreciated. Angel and Danny, I want to get from Danny as we go ahead.
Listen, man, I hate idiot writers. They're the ones that write all this bull crap about all these fighters, but they never got clipped in the tip of the nose. They act like they know these fighters. They don't know these fighters.
Hobie's face. Look at Hobie's face.
They got to ask real question. Was he listening? I say that we didn't learn nothing from that fight. Oh, you talking about we learned from what? What we learned from that? That was easy money for Spence. I would have took that money too. We wanted that fight.
Bill, what's your reaction to Angel snapping at the reporter's question?
Real, listen, it's only so much, yo. It's only so much. Y'all keep disrespecting Danny. Y'all keep doing. It's only so much. Y'all not gonna do this to a person. All right. It's like I'm not even gonna break. It's a conversation that I had with somebody, right? Look, Danny can take care of himself. We know Danny can take care of himself. But you're with somebody that loves him. You know what I'm saying? He's not just gonna keep sitting back and y'all saying dumb stuff all the time. He gotta hear this stuff. He got to read these reports where these people are picking sides and always talking bad about certain fighters and stuff, and to a point where he's just like, he's fed up. I agree with him. I'm not mad at Angel. But people, they don't understand Angel's passion. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it hurts Angel. I have the same problem sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, passion and aggression, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's a thin line between the two. Kaden would tell me all the time. Some people can't tell the difference between passion and aggression. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a thin line between the two, And that's what I think it is with Angel. He loves his son. He loves Danny. You can't even talk about Danny without tearing up. And you're not gonna say nothing bad about his boy. And when you've been talking mess, and because he reads the articles, and he eventually you say something else stupid, of course he gonna blow up. He's only human, especially the love that he has for his son. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You ever heard about that story when he talks about Danny being born and being choked by the umbilical cord? What? I couldn't even get through that story without me almost bawling and stuff. And I wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? You know, Angel loves his boy. He gonna ride for his boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how it is. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I just say that sometimes it comes off bad, but I know where it's coming from. It's coming from love and the passion that he has for his son. You know what I'm saying? So some people, they're going to look at it differently, but I know where it's coming from.
He ain't had to call a reporter a moron.
Yeah, he do, because this is what they call, listen, you got to understand. He could have said worse things, but he called him a moron for the questions that he was asking. He says they talk all this bad stuff, but they don't say worse things about Danny, about his son. They call his son worse things than a moron. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it 100. Angel didn't do nothing as bad as with these guys when they get behind their computers and they start typing. They go all out. They start talking like they about to get in the ring. How they start dissing these fighters. No, I'm not even, no cap. You read some of these articles, you think that they're about to hop in there with it. Oh, he's a cherry picker. He just that and the 30. You know, I want to see, you see how one of these reporters, like how that guy that, when they had that episode when Danny Garcia pulled up on one of his biggest haters. It was a whole different tune.
The whole energy.
That's what they need to do to these reporters. You know what I'm saying? I bet it'd be a whole different tune. They'd be writing everything. He's very pleasant. I like his outfit. It'd be totally different. You know what I'm saying? It'd be totally different. I'm sorry to cut you off, Ned. Go ahead.
Well, I actually thought but Ned wanted to jump in, so go ahead, Ned.
Nah, I get it. I get what you're saying, Trez. It just he blew up. I don't know if he was having a bad day or something got him to the edge, but he just blew up on a reporter for asking the question or for asking the wrong question or a question that like could have been answered like we didn't see anything from that fight. Spence answered the question for them. I think they didn't see anything from that fight, and he just started going in on the guy. You know, it was kind of funny, but you know, I just felt bad for the reporter at that moment because you know,
Angel said they don't mean to cut you off again, but you shouldn't. Because if you was listening, Angel went on again and said this guy's always, these EA guys. He specifically was talking about that guy. So obviously they have a situation where this guy is always talking down, always talking bad. You know what I mean?
Also to provide context, he asked Earl Spence if they try to learn from the Mikey Garcia fight, like they're watching his fight, what would they get wrong? And Danny Garcia and Angel, they already answered that question saying that they wouldn't learn anything from that fight. And even Derek James says to the guy, Danny already answered it. He said that he focuses on Danny. So it was more of like a stupid question that insinuated that the Garcias were looking at the Mikey Garcia fight when they already said they weren't doing that. So
now, because I did watch that press conference also. Danny did say that he watched the Porter and Mikey fight to see the flaws in his performance. Danny Garcia said that. But then when Angel spoke, Angel said they ain't learned anything from that fight. Then the guy asked the clip that we just seen. Then he asked Earl Spence that like similar question, but remember they asked Danny first. Danny literally said, "I watched the Porter and Mikey fight and seen flaws in his performance." Talking about Earl Spence. So then I was like, that's why to me it was weird because I understand. Like Trill just made a point that I wasn't thinking because at first I was like, "Yo, here goes Angel Garcia acting up again." But I take it back because Trill made a good point. Clearly, there must have been history with that reporter. you know, and that's why he's calling him moron and idiot and stuff. Because I'm like, yo, Angel, you're sitting right next to your son when your son literally talked about watching the Porter fight and the Mikey fight to see the flaws in Earl Spence's performance. But then you were speaking and saying, yo, we ain't learned nothing from the fight. Granted, you're saying that, but your son said another tune, and your son is sitting right next to you. So you spazzing on the dude, I didn't feel it was fair, you know, because that's, to me, wasn't right.
Just for clarification purposes, I recall him saying that he watched the fight, but not that he learned anything from that fight. And what he was saying was, if they learn something from that fight, or if they take away, or they're trying to learn something from the Mikey Garcia fight, and what they were saying was, we learned nothing from that fight. Like it was an easy fight.
Angel said that, yeah.
Bro, but I didn't hear Danny say like, "Yo, I learned so much from that fight." His question was focused solely on that fight, as if like they were reviewing this fight to learn how to beat Earl Spence.
Yeah, no, I agree. The way the dude posed the question, it was like, "Yo, come on, fam!" Like,
I think that's what triggered the response, because it was so dumb. It's like you're acting like, and why limit it to one fight? Really, like, you know, you dig what I'm saying? Like, why limit it to just one fight? Like, oh, if they watch the Mikey Garcia fight, what are they going to get wrong? Well, what about the Porter fight? What about the Brook fight? What about all the other fights that he's had? Why you just, you know, so there's that. But G, you can.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I'm torn. But the one thing that I'm firm on is, bro, don't disrespect like the media, because you need them to promote your fight. So everything works hand in hand. So you calling this guy a moron, an idiot? I don't know what platform he represents, but you know, if Trill is correct and they have like bad blood with homeboys based off of past comments about Danny, like boxers should know, just like promoters know. Everybody knows, like, yo, it's all a game. Even your haters promote you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, for example, look at us, right? When people hate in our comments, you got to actually click on our video to actually hate on us. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, even within your hate, you're still showing love. Like, if a bunch of people are hating on you, that's still promoting you. You know what I mean? It's like, what's it? Bad publicity, still good publicity, you know? Because we're talking about it.
But that's good. And Danny understands that. But it comes to a point where enough's enough. And it comes to a point where there's still this person's father, and this is real life. And you get to a point where it's a certain type of people, because he mentioned these people.
Nah, he said you're walking me on this. Remember, this is the same Angel Garcia that got in trouble before. You know what I mean? Where to the point you could tell they were like trying to separate Danny from his father. You know, so if I was Angel, I would know, like, all right, you know what? Maybe I'm too strong for the media. You know what I mean? Like, even in that same.
I said that too. Sometimes it's passion and aggression is the thin line. You dig what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna take up for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Talking bad about his son. That's just it. Like, for example, it's us. We're boxing bros.
True. What I'm saying is, but the question wasn't talking bad about Danny, though.
No. I'm saying where he was probably retaliating and getting mad at the reporter is from this guy being a moron with the question. And then on top of that, their relationship with this guy or this reporting team. This guy that he calls EA. That's what they called them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that was EA? Oh.
Yeah, he called them by name. You know what I'm saying? He said, these EA dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but EA, I'm just saying, but look,
he's saying that they're not giving him a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? Some people can speak up. You know what I'm saying? It's good for some people, some bad for others. It's just,
it's definitely bad for Angel, because you already know the boxing world ain't rocking with you. So you got to move different. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, why, to me, Angel got to think at the end of the day, whatever I'm doing has to be towards the benefit of my son. So let me try to help my son secure the bags. Not just one bag, but multiple bags. You got to think long-term career. So you calling people idiots and morons at press conferences, and, you know, you're like constantly swearing. And you know what I mean? Like, bro, you got to think about your son. Like, at the end of the day, I get it, it's your child, but sometimes you can do more damage than good trying to defend your son. And that, to me, is what he showcased in that moment. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you look at Earl. Yo, Earl don't care about none of these questions. Like, You know how many times they were asking him about the car accident, all that dumb stuff? Bro, he don't care. He understands this is the game. This is the stupid questions that they ask. They got to do it just to promote the fight. Like, oh, Earl said da da da. Said da da da. It's like, man, it's just all smoke and mirrors, you know?
I agree, but sometimes you have to speak. It's the too much of time. Like, somebody just going to keep talking, what you talking about, eventually, you know what I'm saying? You're going to say something. You know what I'm saying? You're going to say something. I feel like this is Angel. Like I said before, Danny can take care of himself. But this is just his, like, if we see with all the people, I can name so many people across the board, from the Mayweathers to everybody else, you know what I'm saying, that will jump in front and do the same for their fighter, you know? And then we done seen it from promoters too.
I mean, my opinion on it is a few things. I feel like there's merit to both of your arguments. I'll start off by saying this. I felt like there were too many people getting access to the fighters to ask questions. And some people, I feel like, I don't know. I felt like we could have, Boxing Bros, we could have asked them questions if we would have filled out like a media form or something and been like, hey, we have like this many subs and this many views and we want to ask them a question. But should we? Right? Like, for real. If, say we could qualify for a media outlet to ask questions to the fighters, and I get up there and I ask Deontay Wilder a question, and he spazzes on me, I could understand it. I could understand it. You know what I'm saying? I could understand it. That's all I'm saying. I done said a whole lot of things that probably pissed him off. And so in his mind, he could be upset about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so remember, he's human. These guys are human. Angel Garcia is human. Danny Garcia is human. And so for me, one, it's about like, how do you qualify to ask these fighters questions? And then they don't even filter these questions, I feel like, because I was watching and some of these questions were so dumb. It was like, you know, I'll pull a G, walk with me on this. One of the things I hate in life, like one of my biggest pet peeves, is being asked dumb questions. Like dumb questions. Like, what are you drinking? It says Coke on the bottle. Do you not see that? Do you not see that? Why are you asking me that? I hate being asked dumb questions.
What you doing? Sitting here. I'm right here in front of you.
Exactly. Just stupid questions get on my nerves. All questions that there's no way I would have the answer to because I've been given the same amount of information as you. Like, oh my God. Like, is he going to kill him? I'm watching it with you, dog. I have no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't know. You know what? Let's just do it. Yes, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate, like, dumb questions, like, piss me off. Because it's just like, okay. Like, so.
That video, all of them look like, yo, when is this going to be over? Like,
exactly.
Oh, like.
Exactly.
He fell asleep. Earl was like.
Exactly. So that's what I'm getting at. You literally have these guys sitting here giving all these media outlets the opportunity to blitz them with questions. So how about this? I'm going to give you some ideas. How about you? I know they're doing it through Zoom. So have every media outlet send you the question they want to ask via private chat. You pick the top 10 questions at random, right? And then you see then you let the people who ask the top 10 questions ask Earl Spence and Danny, because the other media outlets are going to be there anyway. So their answers are going to be recorded on those microphones and they can use that. But why let everybody with a platform ask these brothers questions? I can understand why it's annoying. So by the time that guy gets up, Angel's like, I got to sit here and hear all these questions. Cool. But this clown at this time, I can't take him anymore. So I can understand like him being frustrated. But where I agree with G is I do feel like Angel's tactics has cost Danny in the past. I believe it hurt him
in
the Thurman fight. Because remember, in that fight, Danny was the undefeated WBC welterweight champion of the world. I'll say that again. The undefeated WBC welterweight champion of the world was Danny Garcia going into the fight with Keith Thurman. And that fight was reminiscent of Felix Trinidad versus Oscar De La Hoya. And in that fight, Felix got the nod. In this fight, Keith Thurman got the nod. And a lot of people believe it was due to Angel Garcia's tactics prior to the fight, in which he dropped the N-bomb. And I think he called Keith Thurman,
a ponytail.
He called him the N-bomb.
He called the N-bomb. Yeah, he said the N-bomb.
The N-bomb, which created like a lot of controversy and sparked like a lot of controversy with that. And people felt like Angel was getting too out of control. They were even talking about Angel not being in Danny's corner anymore. Like Trill said, they try to break Angel away. And then there was the fight with Sean Porter, and Angel was doing his thing, talking. He didn't go off the deep end like he did with the Thurman fight, but still, Porter ends up getting that decision, and a lot of people are like, and Angel started saying after that he was going to retire, like he was going to be done with it. And a lot of people feel like Danny's 2 losses, you can chalk them up to Angel being out of control, and like PBC and the body and the sanctioning body's trying to teach a lesson to Angel Garcia. So if you feel like Angel's tactics have probably cost Danny in the past, then you may want to tread lightly. So I get where G's coming from. And there are times in that interview, I watched it, where Danny looks really uncomfortable when Angel is speaking. Like, he doesn't know what Angel's about to say. He's just like.
That's how I look when I'm next to Ned. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what's going to come out of his mouth. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel every time I get a Florida Ned, too. But, no, so realistically, I think you both have good points. One, I feel like everyone with a platform shouldn't be able to ask these brothers questions. Like, you should limit it to the best questions and let them rock. But I will say this: when Angel did spaz, Spence was dying. Like,
I woke up Spence. Spence was sleeping. Like,
you can tell Spence. Yeah, Spence likes Angel. Spence likes Angel. You can tell.
Yeah, they had mad respect for each other during that.
They love Angel too. Even Derrick James was like he was co-signing what Angel was saying. He was just more softer with it. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like their time of day where they was at in Texas was different than.
Oh yeah, Derrick said it. He said it too, because even he was kind of like, it was his way of being like, dude, he already said they didn't learn anything from that fight. Like, you know what I mean? It's just always.
Like, he probably knows about how those guys, act. You know, I totally agree, because like I said, I think that I called it after that fight with the Thurman. I thought that Angel cost Danny that victory, you know? And like I said, there's a thin line between passion and aggression, right? And Angel just got to find that line. Some stuff is warranted, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, how long do you let people just get away with just, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, you see, we was calling for Wilder to say something, but then we was like, we wish he didn't say anything. You know? Sometimes some people just get frustrated. Look, for instance, I'm guilty. Everybody sees Caden. Caden is my brother, right? We played basketball together. Caden, tremendous athlete. he be dunking and everything, right? Guys have to foul him. You know what I'm saying? Just to stop him. He has his brother. I lose my mind, right? I go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I go crazy.
You're looking up at him. Yo, who got problem?
Martin, the bad boys away, looking up at y'all saying, that be me. You know what I'm saying? Right? My brother Caden, way taller than me, way bigger than me. He can defend himself. He doesn't need me barking in the back like a chihuahua. You know what I'm saying? But still, my passion and my love for my brother, I can't sit back and let that happen. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, so I'll go and wild out, and Kanan be sitting there like, chill, Trill, God, just basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's true. Trill be wilding. Nah, but I'm gonna tell you, but like, just so people can understand the perspective of that, like, yeah, it's out of love, and I know it, cause like they'll do some dirty stuff, and Trill will be ready to fight. Like, Trill, it's cool, I'm good. Like, let's win the game. Like, let's win the game. But I know where that comes from. So I'm gonna tell you a story. This reminds me of like the Bridger incident. So I had just learned how to swim. I'm in the pool. I'm swimming. I'm going into the deep end, like everything. I'm doing my thing. And Trill, this dude's in the 3 feet. And I'm clowning Trill. I'm like, bro, how you stayed in the 3 feet, dog? We here. We got all this pool, whatever. So I'm swimming. And I just learned how to swim. Like the group we were with, they just taught me how to swim. We were going there like every day for like a week. And I had just learned how to swim. And I was in the deep end. I was feeling good about myself. Like, and then this girl jumped on my back. And I went under. And like the pool was 10 feet deep. And at that time, I was probably like 6'1". So like I'm jumping up, trying to grab, and I'm grabbing it, but like your fingers are wet. So I'm slipping. But like every time I jump up, I'm able to get a little bit of air, right? And the next thing you know, someone pulls me up out of the water and like brings me to like the surface, and it's Trill. And I'm like, holy smokes! Like,
I thought you were gonna say Trill was dying next to you. No.
Trill was in the 3 feet, just sitting around talking. And yo, we talked gorilla trash to Trill that whole time we got there. Like, you just gonna sit at 3 feet? Oh, like Trill
was a lifeguard.
Like, oh, like Trill can't swim or whatever, right? And so I'm telling you, I had to be in that situation for about 15. It was a long pool. Like Trill had to like swim from the 3 feet. Like you couldn't even get, Trill had to like, and pull me out. And like when Trill pulled me out, I was like, word, like I couldn't believe, I didn't think this dude could swim. You know what I'm saying? And when I looked at Trill, dog, Trill looked like he was about to cry. Like it was crazy. Like I was like, oh man. And so then I was like, word, thanks Trill. Like you saved my life. Then like 2 days later, Trill's like, yo, can you go to the store and get me some? I was like, why would I go to the store and get you something? Like I said, he said, so you're not going to do it. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. He goes, why? I said, because I don't want to do it. He was like, well, I didn't want to swim all the way across the pool. So that's what I knew Trill was back to.
I feel you, bro. I see big brothers do that. You know what I mean?
But that's like, so whenever we're playing ball, and Trill spazzes like that, I understand where he's coming from, because that's just like how, like the way his heart is. Like the same way he's spazzing like that's the same thing that made him swim all the way across. Mm-hmm. And we gave him so much trash. When I'm telling you, we were like, dude, you gonna stay in the 3 feet the whole time? So like,
I know that Trill watched Baywatch.
But nah, so for real, like that's what Trill's trying to tell you about, like, Angel, you got like a dude who really loves his son, who will like give his life for his son. So like when he hears people taking shots at him and whatever, it's just a different type of thing. So that's what he's saying.
Nah, definitely. And,
yeah, I get
it. That's what you gotta say, Ned. That's what's up.
No, my bad. You know, sometimes it's those little rebuttals I got.
Yeah, nah, it's just, and just so y'all know, that's just how it is with the boxing channel. When you see us go live, you know what I'm saying? And y'all might say something that's out of pocket. These are my brothers. This is Boxing Bros. I'm gonna jump off the rocker, so y'all just know. Y'all have it. If y'all see them muting me, that's because y'all said something y'all wasn't supposed to do, and I just had to jump off and go crazy. These are my guys up here. And please, let us know how you feel in the comment section.
Oh, don't end yet.
Okay.
You didn't mention the other Garcia. Yo, they violated Mikey, son. You know what I'm saying? Yo, they were talking like Mikey was certified food, son. Like, anybody that got to fight Mikey was eating tacos that night, bro. They were violating my man, yo. So, Mikey, you still one of my favorite boxers.
Yeah,
I'd like to put some shine on your name, man. Them Earl and Denny, shame on y'all, brothers.
Now they know they respect Mikey. They just knew it was too much. Too much for him to be you know, jumping up and dealing with those type of big boys.
Well, Earl, you know, Earl, when he got the deal, he was like, yo, we eating soft tacos or crunchy tacos? Because we eating tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's what that was, yo.
Mikey should have went to over there to those ESPN welterweights. Should have leave those PBC welterweights alone. You know what I'm saying? Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. Also check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
We could have been flawless, flying up to make people's mouths drop jawless. How can 2 years be erased in 1 August? And you know I have my pride, so I had to get brolic. All in all, I can't call it. Just know you're my queen. Wish I was denim, cause then I be in your jeans. Can't fight fate, and you've been loving me since your teens. But when you can't move forward, you gotta wipe your slate clean.